exciting. So, mad crazy chase, and mad crazy hat purchasing, or shopping at least, to end last week's episode. So I feel like with everyone back in the town of Xanbora here, and the best place to pick it up would probably be in the hat shop. Just kidding.
That was whatever.
Fine, Dan. It's probably right there on the campus grounds, the front green of the main campus here in the Wizards College of Ephron, Xanbora campus, with Kaylin and having sort of Brixie in front of her in arm, holding her by the arms, tears kind of streaming down each of their faces, with these 6 wizard-type protectors standing around, some with wands ready, others with staves, a quarterstaff in hand, and just watching. I think one of them came up and said, "Identify yourselves."
Yes, I identified myself, and they were back. They kind of backed away. I think that I would probably, because she's really hurt. Mm-hmm. I don't have any potions or anything. Caitlin would probably. Can anyone heal her? Please, I don't have any potions. I don't have any way to heal her. Please help me.
Ma'am, we will help, but I'm going to need you to take a few steps back so that we can properly administer first aid, and we're going to place her in manacles until we understand what the situation is. You can talk to this gentleman over here while we administer first aid and place the manacles on. Do you understand, ma'am?
Kaylin will look at Brixie and just kind of assess for herself and nod and just kind of sniff and back away.
Okay. A guard comes over, sort of you're like taking a few steps back, watching Brixie. Another guard comes up. You see a couple of the other guards shuffling to get, one's getting a vial out, which you quickly recognize as a potion of healing. Another one's getting a really elaborate set of shackles out. It looks like it's some silver plated, and it has some runes inscribed in it. And they're placing it on. She's has still in hold person, so she's, sort of being awkwardly propped up as they place those on. And as they place, you see the rest, the magic dispels on her, the hold person, and the tears, some more tears begin to flow down her cheeks. This guard says, "Ma'am, please, thank you for identifying yourself. I hope you understand the situation here. We just need to know what your purpose is here, what her purpose is here, and why she came in so hot. Typically, as you know, that's a little bit concerning for us."
Right. I don't really. I don't know. She left me a note that she was wanting to go somewhere. She thought that there was some kind of portal here or something that she could use. I just followed her here because I wanted to stop her. I wanted to keep her from getting here. But as far as her exact purpose, I don't know. I know that she didn't mean you guys any harm. She didn't mean this place any harm. She was just trying to use something that she thought you guys had, and she was just being reckless. I understand that, but I wish I had more answers for you, but I don't. I just know that she's hurt, and
that's fine, ma'am. You're doing a fine job. Thank you. You've identified yourself, and may I ask your friend's name, please?
Her name's Brixie.
All right. At first assessment, she seems as though she practices druidic arts.
Yes.
All right. And you can, as you're sort of looking over at Brixie too, you see a number of the more heinous wounds. There's definitely some Scraped off skin from the hard dirt and grass. There's like a clump of dirt that's kind of stuck in her teeth and mouth where she was barreling across that. A lot of that's healing up the wounds. You just see like the usual dry blood that you see as wounds heal up that are left behind. All right, ma'am. Well, I would like to let you know that certainly no laws have been broken here, per se. This is just a matter of precaution. There's a lot of very sensitive material here on our particular campus, as we are the leaders of arcane research in the entire continent of Ephron, perhaps second to Blackrock Landing. But we have to take security seriously here for the sake of our citizens. Are you two residents here, or are you simply traveling through?
We're traveling through. We were visiting. We were here to see Shuffle Trot.
Oh. You have an appointment, or...
We know her. She's a personal friend. She mentioned that we could come and visit her when we were in town.
I see. He's waved one of the initial guard over that comes over. Looks at the notes he's been taking on his paper towel. And says,
Towel?
That's all I have.
Caitlin looks at it very skeptically.
Yeah, what? Yeah. He takes initial
Do you
guard.
need a piece of paper? I have some extra paper.
This is a special type of paper. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Multi-purpose.
I'm sure.
So the initial guard dismisses this one and keeps the notes. Well, ma'am, I wasn't aware that you were friends with Councilperson Shuffletrot. That definitely helps clear matters up, if in fact you are. I can seek an audience with her if you like. We can clear this up quickly. Shall I?
That'd be great.
Wonderful. And he sends someone off and then continues. Just to let you know, your friend here, we won't be pursuing anything actionable. We're no laws broken per se, but if Councilperson Shuffletrot can vouch for her and you, then she'll be free to go with you. She's been healed adequately. She won't be able to use her magic for the time being until we remove the shackles. They will stop her from performing any type of magic or using it. Oh no, you did it, Discord. Discord. Alright, we'll put that camera back on. There we go. This will prevent her from using any of her druidic arts as well. So, if you would, please, you may rejoin your friend. She seems to be mostly coherent at this point. You're welcome to sit with her and talk. We'll be a few guards here until we are able to retrieve Councilperson Shuffletrot. She, as you know, is a busy woman. And just sort of nods to you.
Okay, if you can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because my Discord is completely, I can't even, it looks like Discord's not even open. Deleting, oh, wait, no, okay, wait, what is happening?
It's probably because it booted me out, and it's like,
What just
let's
happened?
mess other people up.
Is that it? No. Okay, wait a minute.
No problem.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to find this Discord that's randomly open that I can't see on my system. Do I have 10 instances of Discord open? What is going on? All right, well, here we go. We're just going to...
Nope.
Wrong one.
Not it. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Meanwhile, at the hat store, there's a young redheaded teen that's trying on different hats, and Kayla, we're over at the hat store while that's getting sorted.
Wow.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll jump back. Kaylin, that guard, lets you know that and has sent someone off to find Councilperson Shuffletrot.
So Dan, he said that. What did he say about holding her? That they're holding her.
Yeah. They're just going to hold her right here.
Okay.
And
until they get a hold of Shuffletrot.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He spoke to a couple guards. They actually went into the university, so she may or may not be in there.
Oh, so they took her inside the university?
Nope, that's just where the guards went when he told them to get Shuffletrot.
Oh, okay, so she might be inside there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will, since I don't know how long that would take, I will probably just sit beside Brixie.
Okay. Brixie, you're conscious again. You're able to move. Your whole person's been broken. And you've been healed. You've been shackled with your hands behind your back. You're just sitting like on your butt with your knees, bent up in the air and your hands shackled behind your back. And Kaylin comes and sits next to you.
How are you?
Oh, you're muted, Brixie. Sorry.
Ha 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 ha! That's why nobody can hear me. This is what kind of week I've been having.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to backtrack my thought. Dang it. Oh, Brixie's just gonna fully just cry and just trying to attempt to, like, hug.
Kaylin will accept Kaylin will comfort her. I'll just let her cry.
That's so nice.
It's okay. Kaylin will just tell her that it's okay and that, just let her cry.
All right. Let's see, probably a good 20 minutes goes by or so. And one of the guards that was sent in comes back out, and a few moments behind him, you see the rather short, the halfling, Councilperson Scarlet Shuffletrot come out. She has her red hair and big eyes, and she's sort of hopping out a bit. She has a bit of a skip in her step, of course, until she sees the actual situation with her own eyes. And nice word.
Kaylin will stand as soon as Shuffletrot comes out.
Okay. Some of the guards, they stand up at attention as she hustles over. You're here. Well, what happened? What? Who's?
It's a pleasure to see you again, Council Shuffletrot.
Indeed.
My friend here was just upset, and she just kind of flew into the area. Kind of. She was just upset.
Okay.
I followed her in, trying to help her, and unfortunately, she lost her transformation powers in the air and fell. So your mages, or the mages here, were kind enough to heal her. She's fine. It was, physically. Anyways, thank you for seeing me.
Certainly, absolutely. Look, so I want to set your friend free. First, if you don't mind, sorry, if you don't mind, I'd really just like to check and make sure that, as a safety precaution, that you don't have any enchantments on you. Sorry, anything to coerce you into saying something on her behalf?
Oh, no, sure.
Good. Let me see if I can mute this thing.
Oh, poor Dan.
So sorry. And she just listen to and she digs through this side pouch she has on her hip off her belt, and she takes out this moderately small tambourine and just starts striking it on her hand, and it turns into a bit of a snappy toe tapping beat. You just you feel a little bit of not quite like dancing, but there's like a rejuvenating effect to it as she's doing it, and she's just sort of watching. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Shackles off this young woman, please. They won't be necessary. I will vouch for both of them. Yes, ma'am. And one of them guards comes over and removes the shackles and kind of helps Brixie stand up.
I'll help her.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank
being
you
patient.
for your help. I appreciate it.
Certainly. He kind of rounds up the guards. Ma'am, would you like, turns to Councilperson Shuffletrot, would you like us to stay at all? Oh, no, that won't be necessary. Go on. You've got more important matters to take care of, and I need to see my friend here. Please, would you like to come in, or are the others here?
The others are in town. I can go and get them if you...
You're hungry. You're hungry, aren't you? Yeah. Let's
Always.
eat. Let's eat. She claps her hands and follow me. And does skip.
Okay, Kaylin will follow her inside. I'll help Brixie inside as well.
Neat.
Andy, you said a bone on Brixie's arm was a protruding bone.
Yes, your ulna underneath had been sticking out, but the healing potion pulled that back in with a little bit of work they did. They reset it, and then they gave you the healing potion. So there's still a bit of a wound here, but it's not sticking out any longer.
Okay.
With if you two are willing, she walks inside briefly and stops at a desk and makes a request rather, for some spending cash, and takes a ching ching ching, kind of holds it, feels it, ching ching ching. Yeah, this'll do. Let's go meet your friends, and I've got a great place to eat in town. Yes, it's like a surf and turf kind of place. A lot of tasty meat.
Kaylin's stomach rumbles.
Let's find everyone else then. Yeah, lead the way.
Sure. Absolutely. I will lead the way into town, supporting Brixie. We'll be going a little bit slowly while she's still recovering.
Okay. She, as she's walking with you two, she puts her hand sort of on the outside of your shoulder, or outside of like your bicep, Brixie, and she's like, "Are you okay, dear? What's your name?" And you feel the rest of your wounds heal up as she places her hand on you.
Brixie is kind of gonna be quiet as she thinks through her process. I point at Kaylin to kind of speak for me on my behalf.
And this is Brixie. She joined us after the last time that we met up with you. We've had some changes in our party, unfortunately.
I understand. It happens. It's a part of the adventurer's life. So tell me, are you here for the keep? Have you settled in? Have you moved in? Have you looked at it?
The keep is lovely. No, it's wonderful.
Oh, good.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
There's plenty to explore. Brewer was able to accompany us to the keep.
Brewer is here?
Yes. He's actually in town with the rest. But he has been accompanying us for a while and actually lent us some transportation stones to make it to the keep because we were very far away for a long while. So this was actually the first time. Last night was our first time at the keep.
Fantastic.
It was lovely. It was wonderful. Everyone, yeah.
Plenty of room for improvement, but I did have it, since we last spoke, I had it cleaned out a little bit, some of the rooms. There's nothing quite like a little dusting on your own when you're setting up a place. So I wanted to leave some work for you. Tried to leave it as open as possible so you could all make it your own. So wonderful.
Yeah.
These robes are a little too much for lunch. And she pulls on what appears to be, there are 2 drawstrings around the top of her cloak. She has a rather fancy cloak on currently. She pulls the drawstring. The whole thing sort of, it's almost like the clothing kind of grows larger and then cascades down like this rippling effect, changing the way that the clothes look.
Oh, so cool.
Oh, do we get another person? No, we have one fewer. Here we go.
Felix.
Okay. You know what? Let me see. I think I have a picture of her from the previous thing. Oh, this picture's gigantic. Let me see if I can resize this. Just so you have a better idea.
How have you been faring since the last time that we met? That we saw each other?
Well, I was a little nervous for all of you, of course. Heading into the Feywild, believe me, I know, can be very, very it's a dangerous place, isn't it? Very different.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm glad to see that you're all well. But it's business as usual here. I was just in a conference here at the university. There's, I guess, some troubling news from... we sometimes have dealings with the Tensor University. I can't recall if you've ever been... If you've mentioned being to Calais before, but they...
We've had some dealings with Tensor.
Yes.
Not on the pleasant side, but...
Oh, I see. They run things very differently there. Typically, they're on the up and up, but apparently there was they have a rogue campus of sorts, or had, and we were helping them establish some proper security protocols and standards of operating procedures, just to make sure that that sort of thing doesn't happen. Not really my cup of tea, but I have some good insight on these things, having traveled as much as I have. And this is Scarlet Shuffletrot, which I might have to resize this Mamma Jamma picture.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's totally different than what I would ever imagine.
Yeah, so she's this tiny little thing. Now, mind you, she often uses this little a spell to disguise her tail and her little
Adorable.
ears up top. So this is what her clothes have changed into. So she's just sort of hopping and scooting along. She's a little skip in her step next to you. Yes. Well, very good.
I will warn you that there are the only people left from the original party that you met is myself, Felix, and Emil.
Yes, Felix. Emil, yes. It's stealthy, yes.
Yes, we have new friends. Brooksy is one of them, as well as
a pat on the arm.
a lovely shape-changing pup named Blueberry.
Wonderful, interesting. I
We
can along
have
well with most animals.
we have Mortimer, and Galathor, Arnwin.
Quite a crew. Delightful.
Yes, yeah. We're quite the group.
Well, I'm very eager to meet everyone, and you're pulling up on like a block and a half away from that, at least the hat shop or that general vicinity where everybody was.
Lovely.
She's kind of looking around. You hear her stomach grumble a little. Yes, well, let's, shall we find everyone then? Yeah.
Yes,
It is lunchtime.
I'll lead on down, and I'll wave if I see anyone in any of our group.
Okay, let's see, Galathor, Galathor and Mort, where were you two?
I think everybody else was in the hat shop, right?
Okay, that sounds right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Neat. So, do any of you have any hats you want to purchase while you're still in the hat shop? I think you were looking at the pirate tricone caps recently.
Definitely want a tricorn. I guess I could pay for it.
You certainly don't have to if you don't. Yeah. Neat. If you want to do a sleight of hand as you're, walking about.
You know what? I'll pay for it, but I'll pay for it. It's fine.
Okay. It's relatively inexpensive. I'd say like. Well, you know what? Let's just. Okay, 2 silver.
Okay, I'm also going to buy Erin when I think she was the only person trying on hats with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll buy her whatever hat she wants.
Okay.
Trying on hat party last week.
We'll say the same price for whichever hat Erin wants. And I think someone was trying to put hats on Blueberry because I remember he has a mage hat. Blueberry, is there any particular hat you might want from the store of many hats? Or are you pretty happy?
I'm happy with my mage hat.
Okay, neat. Kaylin, you spot as you're looking through. I don't know. There's more noise coming from one store than the others. As some folks are having a lot of fun in there. At least Erwin and Nala. As you know, or you step in and you see Nala, the redheaded teenage girl that you met, I think, up on this continent, but up in Black Rock Landing. Trying on hats with Erwin, and you see everyone else sort of off to the side, just window shopping.
I will walk up to Erwin and Nala, and I almost forgot about Nala, who was also joining us temporarily here in town.
Kaylin, you could use a hat. Kaylin, what kind of hat do you want?
I think I'm okay. I think I've had
No, you need a hat.
Nala and Erwin, this is Councilman Shuffletrot.
You turn around, she has a hat on. You need a hat, Kaylin. And she's got like a sun hat on, like a straw sun hat with a big flower
I wonder
on the
where
side.
everyone else is here. I will look around for everyone else.
Pleasure to meet you, Nala.
What about a helmet with like horns? That would really suit you, Kaylin.
It would.
I will continue looking for other people. Galathor and Felix, Morty, anyone. Blueberry.
I see. Pleasure to meet you. Everyone kind of stands out, so it's pretty easy to spot everybody. Yes. Oh, Scarlet sniffs. Mind you, she's a werewolf for those that had been there beforehand.
You forgot about that.
And she talks to you in animal language, Blueberry. Interesting. I'm a lycanthrope. I can change into a werewolf. You smell so nice. Where are you from?
Down where am I from? I forgot.
Oh, you tell her wherever you're from because I'd have to look it up. Yeah. Oh, interesting. And you,
I give her my pull.
Oh, nice. She puts her
likes
hand on it. Ooh. Oh, and she turns back to Kaylin. Oh, he is a beautiful, beautiful creature. Oh.
My little butt wiggles.
Nice. Oh, you get some scritches under the chin if you're up for them.
Kaylin will pull out a biscuit and toss it and give it to Blueberry.
Oh, I'm gonna roll to see if I catch it.
Ooh, nice.
Nope. hits me in the head.
Bong.
And then I just snuffle off and go and grab it.
Nice.
We're still
Blueberry,
working
are
on
you
it.
still wearing your hat?
Me? I'm always wearing my hat.
Do you need another hat, Blueberry?
You can talk to.
Oh, crap.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
Yeah,
cool hat.
It's
though.
okay. It's okay, Blueberry. Shovel Trots. She's good. She's good.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
It's lovely to meet you.
It is my pleasure. I like your hat already. I think it's a very fitting hat.
Yeah. I'm okay, Emil.
She turns back to Kaylin. She already has another hat on somehow. You've got to try a hat on at least while we're here. This is an amazing
Oh,
show.
I wonder, is Galathor and Felix here? Do they need to be found? Morty?
Kind of hops up over some of the clothes racks, like looking around.
Felix is probably slumped over, I don't know, some sort of chair right now. He's still got like 3 levels of exhaustion, so.
Felix has had a very rough time recently. Well, all the time, but recently especially. He was turned into his
Felix,
own statue.
you could use a farmer hat, couldn't you? Like a straw hat a farmer would wear. That would be great.
If you're buying.
I'm buying. Let's get you a farmer hat.
You know, I think I myself and Councilman Shoveltrot here are getting pretty hungry.
She's got a third
Well,
hat
I'll tell
on.
you what then. Pick out a hat and then we'll go to lunch.
Wow. I wonder, has Mortimer met Shoveltrot yet? Let me send by Mortimer.
Nice. You're about the same height as her. Ooh, hello. Oh, I love your mustache. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir. And sticks her hand out.
Pleasure and an honor. And an honor.
Yes, she shakes it really strong. Ah, wonderful.
Councilperson
wonderful.
Shuffle Trot.
Yes, young
You
lady.
must have some rules of diplomacy as part of your training to be a councilperson, correct?
Certainly. Yes.
Is there some kind of a diplomatic faux pas in dwarves wearing hats, perchance?
Oh, not that I've encountered. No.
That's interesting, Kaylin. What do you think?
Yes.
Well, it's definitely not a faux pas, but it's a personal choice.
This is true.
Caitlin puffs up her chest.
All right,
Nice.
maybe after we've eaten, you'll change your mind. Let me pay for Felix's hat, and then we'll
Okay.
get something to eat, and then we'll talk.
Okay.
Eating
We'll talk.
sounds wonderful. Your stomach grumbles a little more. Yes, yes.
Did
I
you
have
say
a...
we were going for food?
Oh, she turns. It's a place that serves steak and fish and all this wonderful meat, and they have these things called callie and fries. And they're like potatoes that are sort of sliced up into like long sticks, and they fry them twice, like once really hot to get the outside all crispy, and then the other time a little cooler to get the inside nice and cooked through. Oh,
Blueberry is just drooling everywhere.
oh, yes. She Councilperson Shuffle Trots, like you see a little sharp canine, and she kind of opens her mouth to wipe her. Yes, I'm sorry. Let's eat. Yes, I'll show you the way. It's on me. Get whatever you want. She starts skipping out.
I run after her.
Nice. She stops only to pay for the 3 hats she's stacked up on her head. There we go. Yes. Da, 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 da.
While we're walking through the restroom, Brixie, she's embarrassed. She's gonna try to pull what's left of her sleeve
Mhm.
to hide
Yeah.
the wound.
Okay. You pull it down. It is sort of tattered in a number of sections. Shoulders broken open. The sleeve where, the ulna broke. The bone broke and was sticking through. And there's a fair amount of dirt and grass. So for anyone else that sees Brixie while their wounds are healed, you do notice some dried blood that she hasn't completely gotten off yet in the tattered clothes with some grass and dirt stains on them.
Caitlin will be sticking kind of close to Brixie. Not like, but like supportively.
Nice. All right, Councilperson Shuffletrot's just sort of skipping, dancing in between people, like not leading the whole time, but just sort of dancing around, talking a lot, until you arrive at the restaurant.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't jot down the name. I remember the restaurant. I don't remember the name. I'll look it up later. Currently, there's a sign that you see the hangar for the restaurant sign, but it looks like it's being repaired or something. There's no sign there currently, just empty hooks. As you enter,
Interesting.
It's an interesting, a little bit different setup than most restaurants. This has this circular area in the very center that's essentially a circle of grills in the back being heated. And there's a couple of, there's one part of the counter that lifts up where these chefs go back and forth, which is currently closed down to seal this circle. So it's a table that you sit around, and the inner circle are the grills, and they cook all the meat for you right there. There's some outer booths as well, but this time of day, there really aren't too many people here, so you can either take a booth or you can sit down at the circle in the middle.
So basically, it's like a hibachi grill.
Probably, yeah.
So we sit down at the circle in the middle. Are there people performing?
There's two people waiting there. There's a couple clearly chefs. They have not quite a chef's hat. It'd be a little bit different, but it would be very easily noticeable as a chef in this world.
Are the booths more secluded though?
It's a very open layout here. It really isn't anything in the dark.
Okay.
Councilperson Shuffletrot's already running up to the circle probably. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I'll follow. I'll be with Brixie, but I'll go towards the circle.
Okay. There's
Hey,
stools set up here.
Kaylin, those people have really nice hats. They're really big.
Do they have nice hats, Dan?
They are pretty fancy, yeah. I mean, it's sort of like a chef's hat, except it has it's this intricate fold, like a really nicely folded napkin, except it's like a white cloth hat in the middle, but it has that big rim that chefs have.
What is this like? Okay. Oh yeah, yes they do. Kaylin sits down.
Nice. These are all stools here. Councilperson Shuffletrot's spinning around in hers. What do you all want? What do you all want? Sit down. Enjoy. It's on me. Anything that you want.
Sausages.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
She has all sausages.
Sausages, she turns and says to the chefs. And they're like, oh, yes, ma'am.
I don't mean to be rude, but is there any non-Calais food served here?
Oh, certainly, yeah. There's some local fish, some brought over, it's brought over daily, right, from the west coast here. There's a fishing village they procure it from. Oh, this is delicious. There's other steaks and venison and other types of meat from local creatures. Just a lot of it, some of it's ground up for these ground up and put into a patty of sorts, and they call them buck burgers, and you can put cheese and lettuce and tomato and onion and pickles, and oh, they are really, really good with the Calayan fries.
No. Okay, that's Calayan though, not Calais.
He doesn't want the Kelly.
So what's the mirror all about?
Oh, you found a mirror. Oh, adventurous.
I would like a buckwheat burger, please, and the strongest ale you have. Kaylin's telling this to the person.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. And they start getting out ingredients. They open a cooler down below. It has, you see some of the mist come out as it touches the warmer, humid air. And they have in this handy, they take out a frosted mug out of one freezer and set it down, big old frosted mug. And then they have in these clay bottles, they unwind the cork. It's got this heavy twine that holds it up, and pull the cork out and just tip it. And it's this beautiful head of froth on top, and this beautiful frosted mug. And it's strong. It's really, really flavorful. It's like you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it because it's very it's potent. You can taste the components.
Great.
They start preparing the meal. Scarlet Shuffletrot turns to Nala. I don't have a very good answer for you because we never really devoted much time to figuring it out. We didn't even get it powered up until near-ish the end of our journeys together. It's part mechanical, I can tell you that. Part mechanical, part arcane. It was missing a number of the mechanical pieces when we first acquired it. And I don't... Oh, no, you didn't, Discord.
Please.
That was a cool magic trick.
Nice.
Sam, take it up. Take it up. Take it.
And then Dan disappeared and Sam appeared.
It's magic.
Our DM tonight will be played by Sam.
Fantastic.
I don't have much of a voice, so I'm going to type most of my stuff.
No.
Sure.
Okay.
Jokey. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to switch around some things while I get this set up. Yes, so we didn't get a chance to do much research on it because we didn't get it working until near the end of our adventures together. We finally found all the mechanical pieces that were missing and took it to someone that was able to find the proper placement for it. We know that it has the power to bend reality to a certain degree, but we couldn't find a way to do it with any level of specificity or certainty, and so we tried not to really use it too much. In fact, we didn't know really what it did until one of our we had this beautiful tiefling that was in our party, and Satrix was her name, and she was a hunter. She had a marvelous giant winter wolf as her pet companion, but at a young age she was tortured and her wings had been ripped off, torn away. She really hadn't cared about it much at all until, well, at one point in our journey, she met another tiefling that took her flying on his wings. And she found such a thrill for it, found such peace with it. As she told the story, she was spending some time alone down there with the mirror, and while thinking about that, she also gazed in the mirror and saw her wings reform, only to have them reform over the next week or so in real life. It didn't always work that nicely. Most of the time it was something very positive. One of almost our leader, you could say, at the time, she had a lot of inner turmoil. She was in a role of leadership, and some very bad things had happened to her clan under her leadership. And we always thought that maybe it was her state of mind, as though she were secluding herself or punishing herself, but she ended up trapped in the mirror, and there was quite an adventure to go in there and find her. It was fun in the long run, and we all made it out alive, which is, as you probably know already, is not always the case. But a lot of power in that mirror, so that's why we locked it where we did, and ultimately warded it before we left the keep to go our separate ways. I wish I had a more definitive answer. It can be used for good. We want to keep it away from those that would use it for evil.
Great wolves sound
Mortimer
really
Withers.
interesting, but I think corgis are better. What do you think, Blueberry?
Blueberry smiles.
I was just Mortimer. First, he's just going to pipe up and order a nice steak, and nods his head to Scarlet and orders the Calais fries,
Okay.
just on her recommendation.
Nice.
And And a red wine, I think, with steak would go nicely.
Mm.
And
Fancy.
I'll ask, well, when in Rome. And brief, just ask Scarlett about DeLorna, if she's still at the Mage's Tower.
Okay.
On her stuff.
So you order your food, and they pour the wine also from a cooler, and they're starting to get to work on. You see them chopping some onions up and some other seasonings, bundles of grains that they're folding up. They're chopping back and forth, perpendicular cuts to mince some of this up to create this. It's all fresh made right from here. And things are starting to go on the grill. Some of the burgers. There's this vat of oil that they're heating up, and you see them with these, basically the fries, and they're in a basket. This heavy metal basket, very shiny, metallic appearance. That's ready to be dropped in there. Burger goes in the grill. I put some salt and pepper across it, and it's smelling really good for those that got that.
Dan, Aaron Wynn's going to order a bit of everything. Sam said.
Everything.
They
Everything.
look like
In capital letters.
and they kind of, and Scarlet Shuffletrot's like, that's a great idea. Same here. Yeah, you're gonna love it. you be. She's kind of pointing back at Aaron, like super excited.
Oh, I love that.
And they're like, look at each other, and they call back and get a third chef out, and then things really start getting crazy as you were asking about DeLorna. And I'm just going to take a quick sec and make sure that this all transitions properly. Killing anyone, Wart, Brixie. Okay. All right. So she responds. Come on. Unlike OBS. There we go. Yes. She's still there. She was just in the meeting I was in. She's the head archivist there. What business do you have? That sounds exciting. Maybe I can get you an appointment sooner than you would otherwise have.
Oh, I would.
I
Go
have
ahead.
no business with the mage. Thank you very much. I want the food, please.
Some of the appetizers start coming out to those that, especially Aaron Wynn, of course, and anyone else that asked for anything like that.
I would greatly appreciate that. I just wanted to maybe consult with her a little bit, maybe more about the mirror, see if she had any more insight on the mirror. And maybe to ask her, I understand, on the keep, we falls within 3 ley lines, and I just wanted to get more of the background and the history on that.
Yes.
Also, who's the ghost?
We have a lot of questions.
A ghost? I would keep, and she whispers like so quiet it's hard to hear with all the food grilling and stuff. I would keep the ley lines on a hush. The only people that know about it are those of us that were there before, and Archivist DeLorna, and she only recently took over that position, so she only recently found out about it. A lot of yeah, just one ley line's really powerful. It's rare for 2 to intersect, so having 3, there's a really, it can be used for good or for evil. We always elected to just keep it neutral and safe. But yeah, I would keep that on the quiet.
Also, which bed is the least lumpy?
Oh, I know that one. The least lumpy bed is on the top floor, all the way in the back left. There's a nice view to the lake behind it. She's like, and it's great for jumping.
Yes.
Just
Great for jumping?
Just in case any of you like to jump.
Oh, the bed.
Yeah.
I was thinking the window.
Out the window.
It is the second story, I suppose. I thought that I don't know. We'd cleared the ghost. You had all cleared the ghost.
When we arrived from the transportation
pretty.
circle, a ghost came out of the mirror room, right?
Oh.
A female ghost. She didn't try to attack us, although we tried to attack her, but she got away. Aaron chased her down the hall, but she kind of poofed out of existence.
What did she's pretty? You said, young lady? He turns to Nala.
She was pretty till her face started melting off.
Yes, she was pretty until her face started melting off.
Oh. I don't know any people with melted faces. Or
She was a spectral. She was a spectral, though.
I don't know. It came from the room with the mirror? That's a little disconcerting.
Could the mirror be, I don't know, a transportation of some sort? A door?
Well, there was a fair amount of time while the ghost of one of our ex-compatriots was there. If they found themselves in the room with the mirror at some point, perhaps...
Do you think the Leaf Lady would know? She might know.
Oh, Azalea. Perhaps, was Brewer there? Did he recognize or say anything?
Brewer came into town with us, Dan.
Oh, he did?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So
because Caitlin asked him, and he said that he would like to come shopping.
Oh, neat. So Brewer comes in behind everyone with like 4 different hats. I have completed my purchases.
Brewer, you look great.
Thank you. And he has like
Dear God.
That is an amazing bowler hat you have on.
Yes, perfect.
Oh my God, I was just
It's
thinking
got a little
about
ribbon around it. This is the
Will it
one.
not stop?
He kind of gives a little spin around on his head. Time to dine then. Councilperson Shuffle Trot. And she turns around. Brewer! She runs off her stool, leaves it spinning, and hops up and gives Brewer's leg basically a hug. And Brewer, how have you been? Please sit with us. Sit with us. How exciting! It's been so long since I've seen you. I'm so glad that you've met these friends, and I've met these friends, and we're all friends.
Percy gonna get up so Brew can have her spot. So he can have a spot.
Oh, okay. There's probably still room, but as you get up, he'll look over and let's see what Brewer would do. Ooh, okay. He would come over and he'd assess, he'd see some of the tatters to the clothes and stuff and say, please, allow me to sit next to you, Brixie.
I just take my hand and just do an arm gesture. Arm gesture, saying and meaning no. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. There.
All right. He sits down, and there's still room if you want to sit down. There's still a number of stools around this circle, but if not, of course, that's fine too. But he sits down and kind of pushes a stool out next to him, the empty stool out next to him, just in case you end up wanting to grab that.
I'm gonna leave a note for Kaylin saying I'll be at the shop that we were at.
Do I see her leaving a note for me?
Probably. I mean, it's an open...
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be thinking about it. I tap on your shoulder and...
Okay.
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 She
What
passes
does the note say again?
I'm gonna be at the shop that we were at. Because I'm gonna... Oh, I asked more for the gold that I gave him.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right, hold on. I give her. Write this down. I'll write it down too. 319 gold.
Oh.
And 925 silver.
Wow.
Wait, do we have gold we need to give to people? Is there money? Maybe?
No, it was the money that I gave to Morit to buy for him to buy things for
Cool.
petrification.
Ah, right.
Got it.
Okay, so he passes, takes that change out, passes it back. You gives a note to, put your hand on her shoulder and tap, and pass the note down. And Kaylin, you read the note as she begins, turns to walk out of the.
Can I want to follow her at least out the door.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
Frank, can you repeat that? 300 and what?
319 gold.
Let me see. 3, 1, 9. Okay. And then 900 and what?
25 silver.
Okay. 80 grams. Cool. All for right. 9, 2, 5. There we go. Okay.
Just enough to buy a hat.
Nice. All right, so Brixie, you do that. You start walking out of the building, and Kaylin follows a few steps behind, at least out of the building.
Now, I have a question, Dan.
Yeah.
I would have my staff in my hand, right?
You have all your stuff returned. Yep, so you could.
But from the velocity of the fall,
Mm-hmm.
would it have snapped when I hit the ground?
I'm trying to think. I feel like it's an arcane focus for you, and I can't recall if it's magical or not. If it's magical, no. If it's not magical, then if you want to see if it broke, you can always roll like a d20. If you get 11 to 20, it's fine, and 1 to 10 broke. Take a look, see, and
I
see.
really didn't get up right now. And all my dice failed me last week, so.
Oh, that's right. All right.
So
Well,
just
no,
buy more.
Yeah, it's not magical, so you can do the roll if you want. Oh yeah, and you can do real die. So that's all we do now. Yay!
It didn't break. So.
Didn't.
And
okay.
also,
Excuse me.
what would do I still have mellow?
Right, you had Mallow on your person. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, Mallow probably would have come back to you at one point in that process once it was safe to. She safely flew off you. She can't fly very far right now, but enough to escape the damage from that.
Okay. Is she with me right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Once we're outside the shop, I want to just pull Brixie into a tight hug, and just be like, just please don't run off, okay?
And I shake my hand and I walk off.
Okay. I'll go back inside and sit down.
Okay, your plate has been put in your spot with your burger there, and it's stacked way up. It's got a bunch of goodies on it.
So hungry.
Nice.
After all that running.
For real, yeah. There's bacon on it. There's all sorts of different things that they set out some trays with other toppings to make it a little spicier, a little sweeter, a little sour, other different aspects of taste that you can add on other condiments and such.
Yeah.
Felix is leaning over and looking at everybody else's plates. And, he decides to order an omelet done in the Calais style.
Ooh, okay. All right. Let's see. Omelet and Calais style. That would probably be what the heck is it called? Where you heat it really quickly in the boiling water.
Poached.
Poached, thank you. Brain doesn't want to work. It's like a poached with some like a garlic salt kind of and a little bit of spice, pepper, some hot sauce. Oh wait, you said omelet, right? That's right. You're doing the omelet, not just the eggs. So you have what would they have? They're sort of decadent over there. Oh, you know what? Let's just make it like a breakfast burrito. That's the Callian style. All right. So food gets served, and as Scarlet Shuffletraw asked Brewer to describe what was going on, he says, recounts that she matched the description of Katrina Pendare. Wait, did he say that, or was that something I told you all after? I can't remember now.
I'm trying to. I think you did.
Yeah, Brewer told us that after it happened.
Okay. And she's like, oh no, what? She was a bad lady.
What did she do?
She was a
Did she have hat?
She had hats, but they were because I mean, who doesn't? She teasingly looks over at Kaylin, and she smiles. Just kidding. But she was bad news. So we this is early in our adventures together, and she was a noble in the kingdom of Brenneweir, just to the south here. And she was abducting children and upsetting the balance of nature by reanimating people and citizens, and it was terrible. She was terrorizing the town local to her manor, and had these cruel parties with other nobles to celebrate all this, and it was disgusting. But she was an apprentice to someone that served the whispered one, the dark one, Vecna. Nasty individual. But
gets up and walks away. Hearing that, she'll walk around the outside of the building and come back and start eating.
Nice. Sorry. But we battled her, and we almost defeated her, and then she tried some Hail Mary maneuver to get a bunch of power to try and finish us off, but it backfired, and these hooks came out of this book and grabbed her soul and pulled it out, and the book consumed it. And that book, I think I forget what happened to the book, but she was dead. Like, she was dead. So
that would explain the ghost, I guess.
Yeah. Why she was in... there was...
Maybe she's using the mirror.
I mean, it could be. I mean, the ghost that you did deal with had some...
If you could get wings back, could you get a body back if you used the mirror?
Maybe. I mean, it has the power to bend reality. I don't see why not. Yeah.
Kaylin's deeply troubled that a book ate this person's soul.
Nice.
Can we go back to the book?
Yes. It was the what was it called? It was disgusting. It had little. It was bound in skin and had little figures, warped faces, and little baby arms, and it had a long, like a human tongue nailed to the front. The Book of Vile Darkness. That's what it was. Oh.
Is it an appropriate name?
Yes. Terrible. Disgusting. Oh, heinous magic in there. Yes, worrying. But the book was taken care of. I just don't remember what exactly we did. But I remember dealing with it somehow.
Not in the keep anymore, is it?
No, nothing. No,
Okay.
No.
Did you send it to Tensor University?
Oh, no. We may have given it to the Wizards College of Ephron at the time. And
They did a book exchange. I know libraries sometimes do book exchanges.
They do have a working relationship. But I feel like that's something we would have...
Efron University has a working relationship with Tinsir?
Yes. They run things differently. And while...
I hope so.
Yeah, we were having a meeting just today talking about some security measures. They had a rogue campus. I can't reveal too many details of what occurred there, but some very heinous stuff.
If you want to know what occurred there, all you have to do is look at me.
Oh dear, no. No, you were... Oh,
Would I
I'm so
have seen
sorry.
a book of this description at all anywhere down?
Thankfully, no. They did not have their hands on that book. Oh, and are you? What can I do for you, dear? Tell me, what can I do for you to try and make you whole from whatever you went through there?
More food.
Done. This young woman, and you said your name was Erinwen?
Erinwen.
Yes. I want you to open a tab in my name for this young lady permanently. When she is here, she eats for free. Do you understand? There's a very serious look of her face talking to the head chef here. Yes, ma'am.
I was kind of joking, but okay, cool, thanks.
Nala's eyes are like so wide. She's like,
As are blueberries.
Everyone's suddenly friends with Erinwen.
Remember how you guys didn't want to chase the ghosts down?
Oh my, and then, as you continue talking, eat the food. Food's really well prepared here. This has been established earlier on as a really high quality restaurant. There is fish. There's a bunch of stuff to choose from. But it's tasty. It's filling. They have doggy bags, as they call them. Blueberry.
that's condescending to Blueberry. Blueberry is my friend. That's not okay.
I'm
No, Blueberry
so-
has doggy bags on his back, though.
yes, see?
Like my
It's,
backpack.
it's just a mode of transportation.
Well, I'm afraid that the time's come where I need to get back to work. I'm so glad you're enjoying the keep. There's an architect in town. I will get you her name and information that she's the one that built the keep some 150 some years ago. But in case you want any renovations or additions or anything added or subtracted to your liking, I'm sure she will be able to complete that task.
If we use the mirror, can it give us more hats?
I would love if it did, and if it does, please let me know. I feel like it could. But it feels a little tricky. Make sure you think of a number of hats so it doesn't spew endless hats out. Sometimes it's I get the sense it's a little tricky like that.
No, we don't need endless hats, Nala. Kaylin will kind of lean into Shuffle Trot. Hopefully I'm close to her.
Sure.
So, about the ley lines.
Yes.
Who would we speak to? Because I understand that's part of our responsibility to protect them.
Yes. So the keep itself is very well guarded, as you know, by Azalea and those that follow her command, which are many. The item you have expressed interest in, I leave the decision to you and your compatriots. We opted simply to leave it a secret, remain neutral, so that there was not a temptation for any corruption for those that might initially seek to do well. We had considered letting many of those know in Xanbora and in the Wizards College of Ephron, but decided only to let the previous Archivist know, as we trusted her. And, well, she had expressed an interest in learning more about it. We voted towards leaving it be. However, understanding it better, sometimes I question our decision. I only have to wonder what we would have learned of the place where those meet, the circle there, and even the mirror as well, as that is actually powered by those things. What we could have learned in the past 150 years had we allowed study. I believe the new archivist is keen on studying that, so I leave that decision to you. If you need assistance, though, please, I'm but a call away.
Thank you so much, Shoveltrap.
Thank you for all you've done. It's hard to find good people in this day and age, and I am glad to have met and become friends with all of you, I hope. New folks as well.
Now let's going to say thank you in Thieves' Cant as at the end, as the conversation is ending.
Ooh,
just to see if I get a reaction.
You know what? It's funny. You see her do a sneeze, but she kind of wipes her face in a way that says you're welcome. Because she did. She had a couple levels of that. Rogue. And she walks over. She gets up and says, "I will. I'm heading back to the college. I will send word to the Archivist DeLorna that you intend to speak with her. So she has time. I believe she'll make the time to see you all. And my dear Felix," and she, is still kind of short, even with you sitting on the stool. She kind of just puts one hand up on your back and kind of rubs your back a little. Like, I do hope you feel better soon. And you feel rejuvenated, and in fact, you have lost 1 point of your exhaustion, so you're just down to 2.
Dang, is the food that good?
Nice. This food is amazing.
One heck of a back rub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she heads out and gives
as she's leaving down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my subtle spell and cast message. So my forehead rune will start glowing, and I'm gonna send it to Scarlet and say, "Oh, like she sounds very paranoid. I just can't do it right now." She says, "Be careful of those wizard types. They can't be trusted."
She skips and she slows down for a moment and replies. Well, gosh, how would you reply to that? Because she does have sort of an interesting. Far too often
the wizard types in the colleges, they can't be trusted.
Far too often. Thank you, dear.
Can I run out after her, please?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Cool. So would I have gotten when I met her that she is a were person?
I think she would have, done. She probably would have let you know in whatever sense she could. But yeah, you would pick up on that, yeah.
Okay. So I want to run out after her and say, I'm sorry if this is pushing the boundaries, but how did you become what you are?
He looks around. There really isn't much of a crowd out in front. There's a little stone bench just out in front. She sits down, hops up, like her feet are just like this far off the ground. She pats on the bench for you to come up if you want. Please.
Yeah, jump up.
Well, it's a bit of an interesting story. I was traveling with the previous owners of the keep, and we found ourselves in the Feywild. And there was this beautiful kingdom, Evernight, aptly named as always above the land were stars and the moons. We found ourselves in a small village called Nighthaven, and there we arrived on a day of revelry. a festival of some sort for another good harvest. One thing led to another, and I discovered the hard way that this was a village of purebred werewolves. Most of them could control all of their urges, and were not a menace at all, in fact quite friendly and helpful. However, there was a poor old woman that was struck with some form of illness. We were not able to stick around and discover what it was, but she had gone a bit mad and bit me. Thanks to the fact that this was some several hundred years worth of families of werewolves, the long lineage of purebred werewolves, I had an easier time than many that are afflicted with lycanthropy. The village elder gave me a book, the Lupine Pandect, it was called, that allowed me to better understand how to control the beast within. And it took quite a bit. There were some scary moments. I didn't feel safe. I feared for the safety of my traveling companions for quite a while, years, before I felt I could control this well enough to manage it without losing myself to the beast within. But it was in fact a bite from a purebred, if that answers your question.
Do you know if afflictions like yours are curable?
Yes, they are indeed. It's a difficult task to complete. There's a very small window in the first hour of the affliction that it's marginally easy if you have the materials on hand, but after that, if it's considered a curse, as most as lycanthropy is, and likely your condition, if you have a caster of a high enough level, if they've had at least a good 13 years of experience, we'll say for level 13, and they are familiar with the spells Remove Curse and Greater Restoration, then they may be able to perform ritual. I believe rituals are different based on which type of affliction you have. The timing is different. For werewolves, it's under the 3 nights or 4 nights under the full moon. This must be cast in a certain order. I simply opted to, after having come to peace with the beast within, I opted to keep the affliction and consider it a blessing, but I know not everyone does. Are you looking for a cure?
I always thought that I would always be this way, and I hoped that there was a cure.
Well, I would be happy to look into it for you.
Yes, please.
Certainly. We have a mutual friend that's very good. Actually, I don't know if you know Sterling Sam yet, because you came after that. Some of your friends and I share an acquaintance. We know of someone that is very adept at procuring hard-to-find information.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Do you mind if I ask you a little more about your particular affliction? Do you know, how did you come to be afflicted?
My master is a arcane practitioner, and she was looking into some kind of magic that I didn't understand. But many people wanted to stop her
dear.
learning more. And one day, people attacked our home, and
No.
I tried to save her, and I went in, and the last thing I remember is a flash of light and waking up, and she was gone, and I was like this.
Oh dear. I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It could be worse.
I suppose so. I will see what I can find for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
And I give her a lick on the cheek and shake myself off. And
She hops down. Good day to you, dear. And starts skipping off. She looks back a couple times and waves eagerly.
and I run back in and finish off my sausage.
Nice. You all wrap up your meal. She heads back to the college and with full bellies. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nala. Do you have something?
Nala would like a bio break.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we wrap that up and bam, and then we go get our bio on. Everyone uses the outhouse as needed and ready to roll. All right, we will take our bio break. So for those who don't know, of course, we take like an 8 to 10 minute bio break, and we keep streaming. So some of us will be here, some of us won't until we see you shortly. Yay! All right, hope you all have fun. I'm gonna go make some coffee. I'll be right back.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Oh, my aching legs. And my awesome Hogwarts shirt. Oh. Greek. Oops.
So Dan,
Yeah.
I was trying to keep an idea of time because I think my disguise only lasts for so long. I think that when Nala takes her bio break, I think she's going to have to come back as a Neil.
Okay. Neat. Oh, yeah. Yep, that plays out. Neat. All right, and... Dan gets distracted by sweet comments in chat. That sounds like me.
I'm gonna see how far I make it.
Oh!
Oh, I get
That
There you-
far. No, just kidding. You're sorry, Mariah. I caught part of it.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna try to see how far I get until I feel like completely fresh, because
Sure.
anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Eyes are thing.
Brutal. Yeah, please, definitely, when you need to go, definitely feel free to. I want you to get some rest when you can.
And this is why I'm tongue twisted, because of my anxiety. Yeah.
Gotcha. Ugh.
Oh man.
Let's just figure out what's going on with this. I have to move my desk now. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Horsey, that's one of my kitties. They're in their resort location whilst I stream. I swear, so I have a bunch of production equipment, right? So I have a couple big lights with my softboxes on now. I got softboxes at Christmas, yeah. And some spotlights for blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the second I take one single light stand out and set it up, the cats come running out. I don't know what it is about it, but they just get under the three legs that support it, and they purr and push, and they knock it over. And I caught a light once before it fell, and some of my audio equipment they've knocked over a couple times without me catching it. So I just can't have them out here when I stream. It's too much stuff and it's too expensive. Sorry, kitties.
I'm disappointed that you couldn't convince your kids to name one of them Brixie.
That's right. It's Brixie cat.
One day, at my outlet, I totally adopted a cat.
Yes.
And then it Brixie. Brixie.
Brixie keeps me
Never.
company.
And also, if I ever adopt a dog, I want a corgi and I want to name it Blueberry.
Perfect.
That's a good call.
I like it. Let's see. So we got everyone back except maybe Ed, because sometimes he's just
larging.
Yeah. like.
Sorry, being the devil.
And and Warren, but that's fine.
Second time, summon dead.
Yeah, the summoning circle wasn't really working, so I had to kind of rejigger that.
Oh, okay. I really need to sit down with you for a thing for Galathor.
Oh, okay.
I'll try and do that like this weekend so I can work it up and. I mean, I love the hand.
Hey, Dan, you got my message about Kaylin's letters, right? On Facebook.
So I read them, but it was on Tuesday when my head cold was like,
Okay. I just want to make sure that you saw them and that you that.
I don't remember much of it, so
Because I know, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. I just want to make sure. Because I know sometimes, like, I'll open a message and then, like, or I won't know that I opened a message, but then I won't, you don't realize.
You definitely sent them. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember reading
it. Just want to make
sure. Yeah, because I feel like, I'm big on using the memo thing on my phone for thoughts. So I remember putting some thoughts in. I really want to listen to it because I don't remember what they were.
Okay.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so having full bellies now and everyone using the outhouse as needed. Emil returns instead of Nala. Nice blueberry. And rejoins everyone.
No tricorn.
Oh, okay.
Packed away and hidden.
Nice.
Hey everyone, Brewer, those are some nice hats. A little odd, but nice.
Thank you very much. Did you... kind of looks around and processes for a minute and... Where should we head next?
I hear there's a nice fishing village on the coast.
Well, either we should probably definitely stick around to try and talk to.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure if we should wait for an invitation or. She said she tried to set up an appointment. So
right. I guess we should have probably made that clear.
How far away are we from the keep, like walking distance?
Let's see. You're in the city. It's probably like a 4-hour walk from where you are in the city right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
It'd be a little crowded on the carpet.
So where's Brixie?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Because Brixie's not with the party, right? So Emil's going to ask, where's Brixie?
Oh, is it Emil now, or is it more?
No, it's Emil now.
It's Emil.
Okay.
My spell time was kind of up, so.
Brixie's, I think at the hat shop. She's in the shop area. She needed to go out and get some air.
Hat shop?
Huh?
Seems a strange place to go. There's got to be more interesting shops around. All right. Shall we go get her?
Yeah, before we leave, sure.
Okay.
Brewer chimes in. Her clothing was torn and it appeared as though she suffered some damage.
You think she was attacked, Brewer?
Unclear.
Well, I guess she'd have talked about it if it was a problem.
She... Who was here? Are we all just still sitting at the table, Dan?
Everyone except for Scarlet and Brixie.
Brixie. Okay. She tried to go off to the college to get to the City of Brass again. I chased her. She tried to attack me to keep me from chasing her. I was able to catch up with her. She started flying. I got on my broom. We were almost at the college. She was racing there. She wanted to get there to do whatever she needs to do to get to the city brass. And her transformation wore off and she fell. And I couldn't get to her in time. But there were some mages there, and they were able to help her, and they were able to heal her, and Shoveltrot was there, and she came out, and that's when we came back into town.
Why did you chase her? Like, I guess I'm confused. Did she decide she was leaving the party, or?
Oh, she left me a note.
Oh.
Telling me that not to follow her, that she didn't want to put the party in danger. That's why she was going by herself. Of course, I wasn't going to let that happen, so I chased her.
I understand. All right, so are we going to visit people in town or do more shopping? What's the plan?
I know I need to buy a health potion. I need to have something just in case something happens and there's no healer around, and I need to have that backup. So I will be buying some health potions whenever I get done eating, and Caitlin will take another bite of her burger.
Emil gets up, walks around the table, puts a hand on Kaylin's shoulder, and then walks out and goes to wait outside for what everybody else has done.
I want to go look at this orb thing that they have in the middle of the city. The big spinny purple thing.
Okay.
She says that out loud.
Gotcha.
It looks very fancy. I'm sure it will be
magic.
something to see. Yes. Yeah.
Kaylin,
Yes.
this is Felix.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Sure. I thought we were really clear with Brixie about how we felt.
Well,
I'm really glad that you went after her, because who knows what would have happened if she was on her own.
I don't think that she realizes just how dangerous this place is that she's wanting to go to. I've studied some of it in my studies before, and I'm not even sure as a group that we could handle it right now. We would need definitely reinforcements. We would need something to help us. I don't think that she realizes, and she just doesn't want to put us in danger. And sometimes when people think things and they want to do things and they have it set in their mind that they're being a bother, that they're being a problem, they will do whatever it takes. And I think that she just doesn't want to hurt us.
I appreciate that, but I'm more worried about her hurting herself. Do you think she's a danger to herself? Do we need to keep an eye on her?
I mean, in a way. If she's so blinded by what she needs to do, then yes. I know that I've been keeping an eye on her for a while now, but it hasn't helped. So, but yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind and to keep a watch out for when we're around her. Perhaps not make certain that perhaps make certain that she doesn't go off by herself so much. I don't know.
Why would she want to go to the city anyways? Isn't that in the Hells? Isn't that a terrible place to go?
It's horrible.
Why would she want to go?
She wants
She
to...
sounds like she has a death wish.
It's
where she's from.
Yeah. It's complicated. Something about her mother having a debt that Brixie is payment for. I know that there were some people after her a while ago, but I don't think that we ever really resolved it, just because it's a precarious situation, because we can't help her because we're not good enough, but she's very determined to get there. And I don't think that will be the last time that she tries to go off. Kaylin takes another bite of her burger.
Bunch of ketchup and mayo and stuff spurted out the back.
But let's go and see this magical thing in the middle of the city that you want to see.
We shouldn't keep a meal waiting.
There are a few scenic overlooks for optimal viewing.
Well, let's get that optimal viewing.
We can't go right up to... Did you hear me? I'm gonna type.
She wants to know if we can go right up to it, Dan.
Oh.
That's what she asked Brewer. Here.
Gotcha. There are... The force of the dome prevents direct approach. 15, perhaps 20 feet is the closest we can get. So you take out of some compartment in his body a little ink pen and say, and take a paper towel or napkin and kind of place it down and walk over to Aaronwind. You see the actual structure appears like this and does like a speed sketch of the gyroscope that's actually spinning, forming this dome. We are actually only seeing the upper half. It is racing at a speed so fast we only see the blur of the runes creating the purple dome. We would likely be crushed to death if we touched it directly. It is stopped once every so many years for repairs and maintenance, however. That is not due for a while.
What's inside?
You see him processing for a minute because he does have first-hand knowledge, but he just sort of says a little louder in a weird weirder for him voice. Confidential. I cannot divulge what is inside. My apologies.
Oh. Wow.
Perhaps Councilperson Shuffletrot could.
No.
But I am not permitted to do so.
Why?
I was sent on a mission with a previous group of adventurers. However, it was deemed top secret to Xanbora and therefore I am unable to share information regarding said mission.
Going with your friends?
Councilperson Shuffletrot was among the group of adventurers. Being one of the 3 council members, she may have the authority to share said information.
Okay.
My apologies. And he tips his bowler to you a little bit. He's just testing it out. See?
Nancy.
He gets up and starts walking. Do you all want to head to look at the dome first, then? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, it's not too much further north. It is in essentially the direct center of the city. And there are areas that there's a different degree of what do you call it? I don't know. My brain doesn't work, and that just shut down anyway. Excuse me. All right.
An affogato.
Yeah.
Not a hat.
Excuse me. There are buildings. There's nothing within that 20, 25, really probably closer to 35, 40 feet of the dome, but some structures are built a little closer to it than others. You're able to sort of walk around, but there are around... Oh, yeah.
I just want to make sure that we grab Brixie and Emil before we head out.
Oh, okay. You step outside, and I think that's where they see Emil?
Okay.
Yeah, Emil was just outside the door waiting for everyone to come out.
Okay. Before we leave, actually, Emil, would you roll a perception check, please?
$27.
Oh, nice.
He said casually.
I'm just at 27.
Just a 27.
So, as you were waiting for everyone, excuse me, and you peer back into the doors are currently open in the front of this establishment, and propped open with something. They have little latches that they hook into in the floor, as it's kind of warm. And you see, in a booth, several booths off in the corner, essentially away from where, just at the edge of your range on the astral plane, a small humanoid figure, that probably of a child. A little bit difficult to tell because all you can see is a shroud over its body. It almost looks like a burial shroud in that if the child were laying down, it would just go past its body by like a foot on either side. The child's sitting, but the gravity of the shroud pulls behind it anyway, as though it were laying down. Sitting, hands, you can see the knuckles of the hands through the shroud. You can't make out facial features, but you can see ears, nose, anything that sticks out, just sitting there in the bench.
Okay. I'll just kind of keep an eye on it.
Okay. Everyone else, you come out and you find Emil outside waiting for you.
We're heading over to an overlook that Brewer's taking us to see. Aaron wants to see a good view of the magical fire thing. Do you want to come with us?
Sure. I think somewhere I've never been before. Sounds good.
Okay. I'll peek into the hat shop and see if I see Brixie.
All right, you make your way back. Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead.
I should
Sorry.
have been specific. The first shop that Brixie was in with all the clothes.
It's
Okay.
the same place. Yeah. It's
Oh, okay.
it was just everyone focused on the hats once they were there.
It became the hat shop.
Sans Emil.
officially.
Emil was nowhere to be seen. Yeah. Okay, you return to that shop, Caitlin, and everyone?
And like probably Brixie's just in a section hidden very well, like specifically the dresses. So.
Okay.
I'll look around the shop for her, Dan.
All right.
I'll go as well.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Kaylin. And if you're trying to hide Brixie, you can make a stealth check. Emil, just because I'm trying to fold this into the role play, given your robe and that you have it on underneath everything, and you can see into the astral plane, which is where ghosts reside. You do see every so often it's difficult to distinguish sometimes anyway the ghosts from the actual bodies, and you'll see like one person walk through another, and it's still something you probably, I imagine, be acclimating to. So you do see a couple clearly dead people. There's one person walking around really bloated, legs, stomach, face, and you can see they drown clearly because with every step they take, there's like this slosh sound and watery footprint left behind. Little algae and other stuff sort of hanging off of their clothes. So there's some things that are a little more disturbing than others.
Try to decide who's going to talk first. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Whether is there any changing areas? So
Any what kind of areas?
Changing, a dress.
Yeah.
Dressing room.
Yep. There's 3 stalls along the back that have benches and mirrors inside too. 3 separate units to go and change in.
Okay.
I got a 21 in perception, Dan.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens.
Okay.
I'm rolling a stealth check. You said stealth, Dan?
Yes. If you're trying to hide, yes. Otherwise...
No.
Yep, okay. Yep, so you, the unmistakable...
What I was gonna do is just hide and just pop out and just try to lighten up the mood.
Oh, okay. That'll fit with the rolls, too. Yeah. Again, you're looking around, you're not spotting, you're starting to get a little worried. You come up along the side of the changing rooms.
Kaylin's getting a little irritated by this point.
Brixie, you leap out.
Oh. Hey, Brixie, we're going to see a better view of the magical spire thing in the middle of town. Do you come with us?
She's still not talking because she's still baffled and just anxious about what happened.
Caitlin will offer her arm.
I point one finger and then I'm going to just gonna say that I found a dress and a cloak. Then I grab my stuff, take it to the counter, and ask the store owner how much.
If you're looking to replace, the clothing you've got, you're definitely able to find stuff that fits and is fashionable. Whatever strikes your fancy in here is quite a selection. For an outfit, you probably look like a full outfit, like a shirt, pants, some sort of overcoat.
It's a cloak with it.
Just the cloak? Okay. If you're just looking for
a dress, and then what Brixie wants to buy is a new dress.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of. And a cloak.
Okay. Between those 2 items, probably 5 and 4. Probably about the same. You're probably looking at 1 gold.
Basically chump change for you.
Yeah, I mean, this is the cost of peasants. It's regular, everyday people. They save up for a bit. It's like $100, basically. So some pretty nice stuff.
Got that bourgeoisie money.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go back to the changing stall that I was in,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna change out of my clothes.
So you step back into the changing room, and they're changing rooms, so they're moderately small. They're not luxurious. It's probably like a 5x5 space, has a couple benches and a mirror above each bench, and a curtain on rings, shink, that closes behind you. And as you close that shink, you get this intense feeling of panic. And you're looking around, and you essentially hallucinate a memory of being in a small cell, shink, 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 hearing the gate close to your little cell, completely pitch black. And you reach out, you don't see anything, but you feel these cold stone walls around you. And you just kind of get, however you want to react to that, actually. Go right ahead.
Alien there?
Right now, all you see is black.
No, I'm just I'm asking Steph, is Kaylin near,
I probably wouldn't have went far.
Kaylin didn't follow Brixie and stand near the changing.
I probably would have stood near it, yeah, maybe.
Okay, so Kaylin in here, just little short panic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And just straight up. It's a straight up panic attack, basically. And so.
Yeah. You're some very fast breathing, some gasps.
Brixie?
You hear her. And Brixie, as you look back towards Kaylin's voice, you're back in the changing room. But now you remember being locked in a cell, very dark cell, behind a gate that made a similar sound to the shink of the curtain.
Brixie, are you okay in there?
I frantically say paper to Kaylin and start shaking and drawing about the cell.
Ooh, okay.
So what's going on? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
She basically has this, she's drawing out the picture of the cell that she was in. It's like a bunch of mad, crazy black scribbles with just some light areas that show the gate that closed on her.
Okay.
And some holes.
Brixie?
She's trying to collect herself, so she probably wouldn't hear Kaylin. She's just in fetal position, just having a panic attack.
I want to try the door, Dan. Is the door locked?
Yeah, it's a curtain, and you grab it and.
Yeah, I'll open the curtain.
You open the curtain, and you're down on the ground, scribbling the things out.
Brixie, I will go down to her. I won't I'll get I'll leave a foot between us. I don't want to startle her. But I will go down to her and just try to get through to her.
Okay.
Is she responding?
I just immediately bear tackle her.
What happened? What? I will comfort her.
Okay.
Do I see the drawing anywhere, Dan? Or Mariah?
She gives it to you.
Okay. All right. I'll look at the drawing while I'm hugging her, comforting her, whatever. What? Did you go to? What is this? Is this where you went? What happened?
do like besides being in a cage, is there any more?
That's it. Just the sound of that gate closing into this tiny space of your cell.
Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here. I'll try and help her up.
I'm just gonna put the cloak on, and Brixie's gonna ask him if there's any room left in the bag of holding.
What do you need?
I just need you to put this in the bag of holding.
What is it? You had the
The
cloak
dress.
on, so the clothes?
I have my cloak on. It's just the dress.
Yeah. I'll open it up for her so she can put it in. Come on, let's get out. I'll fold up the paper, Dan, and put it in my bag as well.
Okay.
I'll take her by probably the counter so she can pay.
Okay. You make your way around past the counter, pay, and head back out into the fresh air, sunlight. Feels good. It's kind of bringing you, it's like you've woken up from that nightmare and you still have that panic until you step outside. You can start to take deeper breaths, and the fresh air and all the sunlight starts bringing a sense of calm a little bit back to you.
And Mela is just wrapped around my neck, and just she thinks something was wrong, and so she's comforting Brixie.
Okay.
And then if I see Blueberry, I'm just gonna scoop him up and just cuddle him if he allows me. You did?
Oh yeah, you muted. Does Blueberry allow? Yes.
Blueberry's silent.
Sorry, I don't resist.
Okay. Blueberry gives you the silent treatment, yeah. No! Neat. Okay. It's very extra comforting being able to pet Blueberry and have him close.
Then we'll stay close to Brixie as they get going.
All right. You all march ahead. Of course, Felix is a little bit behind. I feel like Brewer is probably going to give Felix a hand. I think he would feel very much that he owes.
Brewer
that.
just unscrews it and hands it to Felix.
Here, use this as a crutch. You all make your way back north a bit towards that center of the city where you see the edge of the dome. And you do come across one of the 3 platforms around the center. This is the southern one that is like a scenic overlook. It gets like 12 feet away. If you get right on the edge, you can feel the force, not just of the wind and everything that's being moved by this the actual gyroscope beneath it, but the arcane energy pushing back. It's kind of a wild, for anyone especially attuned to Arcana, it's sort of a strong, very strong sensation, especially for you, Aaron, when with your affinity for runes.
Yeah, she's gonna lean as close as she can and just kind of stare for a while.
Nice. You can almost make out.
She's gonna try her hardest to see through it.
Awesome. Just for flavor, because you're a rune master, a rune keeper, go ahead and roll just an Arcana check, if you would. Excuse me.
It's the first day I've rolled in 2 weeks.
Nice.
16.
Okay. Every now and then, you blink your eyes so you can try and catch some of the runes, like as you're trying to look through, and you can't quite see through this wall of force. You feel like some of the runes are also prohibiting that. But you make out a rune here and there, parts of runes. Nothing. The thing that
I do have 2. My hand and I do have 2 of my own runes active, if that makes a difference.
Okay. You see 2 of the runes as you blink, and it's a bit mystifying because these are runes you've never seen before. These aren't draconic runes. These aren't from anything that you've ever seen before at all. There's an intense load of power from each rune. The two, at least, that you saw, and is completely unfamiliar. It definitely, I imagine, would pique your interest anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna memorize those.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Does Mortimer have any idea or anything that you might have seen?
You can make an Arcana check if you want more, and we'll see. Your DC will be a bit higher. Hers is a bit lower because of her Runekeeper. Excuse me. You're getting that strong sensation of the Arcana for sure. And you sense, some warding and a lot of power. A lot more than you would imagine would come off a dome. Oh, 22. All right, let me roll against it to see.
Oh.
All right. Nope. You it's hard to beat. So you make out almost an entire rune. Not the whole thing, but it's enough for you to also tell that this is a rune you are completely unfamiliar with. This is nothing like any rune that is woven into magic that you've ever studied or seen.
Can I discern what the purpose of this thing is?
You can sense the power. So if you were to give it a power rating, its power level will be over 9,000
gigawatts.
Yeah. It would be a factor of 10, I would say, at least, compared to most runes that you're familiar with. And that's just one of them that's on this thing.
It's a Spinal Tap rune. It goes to 11.
Nice, yes. You know what? I also need to...
Discord's the best tonight.
It's fantastic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It is. It's...
Oh! All right. Discord's being salty, too. Look at that. Discord's the worst. Oh, yeah? I can do better. All right. Yeah, I have to do a roll and see if... Okay. So, you're looking at that. Emil, you, of course, also get... you can sense the arcane energy coming from this thing. That's true. Same. But something catches your eye while you're sort of taking that in. And it is a person that's looking up at this in awe on the same platform. And is sort of wiping the left side of his jacket like this way and then this way. Like he's wiping his hand off on it. But you recognize it as Thieves' Cant. And it's your name. It's the letter version, spelling out your name, and then puts his hand in his pocket, and as he does, he kind of pushes the pocket out, and you see a golden harp pin just inside his pocket.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to walk over. I'm gonna walk over and ask him if he has any hats for sale.
Nice. Oh, you know what? So this is great. He's gonna have a conversation with you, a brief one about hats, using Thieves' Cant in the language too, where he's gonna say, gonna suggest the store you went to. I have 3 I just purchased, and he's giving you a time, and a place, to meet. And then the last part of your conversation, he says, unless now is good.
I take it the time and place is later in the day.
Time and place was, it's late at night, 9 o'clock at night. And the place is, you recall, because you have that city feat there, you recall the name of the business. that he referenced as a location.
So our passes into the city, they weren't just day passes, were they? Like we could potentially stay here overnight.
If you're a citizen, if you were here before, you're effectively a citizen. It's like a lateral to an actual citizen of Xanbora, so you can come and go as you please. Actually, you can all become technical citizens of Xanbora because you own the property just outside. But for those that got the temporary pass, that's good for a week.
Okay. Okay.
Well, if you were here
Brixie's out of luck. Nice.
if you were here before with Ormia, then you have that the long pass.
The season pass.
Yeah.
Metro.
Okay, Dan, I'll agree to meet him later.
Okay. He agrees and asks just to see. There's a thing, they show each other pins, so he sort of, oh my gosh, all the secrecy blew up Discord. Yeah, he makes a request to see your Harper's pin.
I'm trying to remember where it is. I think it's underneath my collar.
I think so. That's
Yeah.
sounds right.
All right. Then I guess I can't think of a decent way to flash it, so I'll just adjust my collar and kind of flip it and show him quickly. And
Okay. So in normal speech, he says, "Well, I hope you find what you're looking for," and puts his hand out for a handshake. And Thieves Can't, he says, "Well, I'm your mentor. Pleasure to meet you." It's like an introduction, and holds his hand out.
all right, I'll shake his hand and say, "I still haven't found what I'm looking for, but we'll get there. Thanks for your time."
And he turns and kind of looks back at the dome to still be in the moment, and heads off into the city. All right.
Well, this dome's really something.
Oh, and you had been shopping, Neil, and I don't know if I confirmed that, but there was that armor that I mentioned. I don't know if you wanted to procure that.
Oh, I did, but I didn't get a chance to look it up to see what it was.
Okay.
So.
All right, we can check that out after, because that'll be kind of handy for you, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you, you get, you have your time soaking the sights in. What would you like to to do after that?
Great. I do want to go back to I do need to buy.
Guys, let's go say hi to Ormia's family.
Nice, yeah.
I do. We don't have to roleplay it, but I do want to buy. Gosh, I mean, she's a little over precautious right now, so.
20 healing potions.
Can't afford that.
Healing potion cannon.
I think that she probably would buy 2 healing potions somewhere. So.
Okay.
Brixie's I'm gonna say Brixie's is with Caitlin.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to have Brixie by my side. But yeah, I'll buy. Oh, do I already have?
Also, blueberry in my hand still.
I can't trust that.
Trying to calm
Yeah. So
you have one potion of healing, so you'll have 3. It's 100 gold for 2.
I know, but this is.
I hang Kellen the one.
Ooh.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, I am useful.
Excuse me.
Okay. All right. Kaylin will use the 100 to get 2 healing potions then.
Okay.
18 minus 1. Okay.
Okay. For location-wise, you're close to the campus. That's a little bit back to the west. It's just below the dome. I think it's the only landmark nearby that you're aware of.
Okay. I do want to, if no one else is with us and just me and Brooksy, I do want to.
Bear's still in my hand. So.
Okay. Well.
Now I'm wrapped around my neck. Comfort.
Yeah.
I still have my stuff in my hand, and I have Barry in my hand.
Okay. When we're outside in the not like around a bunch of people, I will bring out the paper and just be. So. I'm not really sure I understand what happened in the changing room. Did you go somewhere?
Another memory came back.
I'm sorry, it cut.
Another memory came back to me.
And this is what you saw? Kaylin's getting a headache.
Poor Kaylin.
And I'm gonna lay my staff against somewhere, just putting it down. English. Are we still in the shop?
We can still be in a shop. I just kind of took us kind of away from a crowd of people.
Okay. I didn't know if we go outside or staying in the shop. Okay, anyway. And I put my staff down and let Blueberry see the drawing.
Okay. I'll show the drawing to Blueberry.
Looks like a dark, spooky cell. 3 walls and an iron gate in darkness. The inside of a jail cell. Very small one.
Gonna sniff it. Do I get any?
Paper heavily smells of ink.
Cool.
So do you think this is something that happened to you while you were gone?
I don't. Second read.
How do your things are they hurting you?
Excuse me. There's a dull ache to them still. Yeah. It comes and goes.
Just from the that it's happening.
Okay.
I can't think. And I just can't word.
Your audio is cutting in and out. It might just be me, but
no, it's cutting in and out.
I'm trying to think of a word that a self-massage. There we go. I don't know what else to describe it. Brixie is silent when Kaylin asks if her flying wings.
okay. Well, I'm always here if you need anything, okay? You don't have to go off on your own.
Come back, Brixie.
I'll just, should we, what do you feel like doing?
rather not be alone.
You're not going to be. I'll start to pick up the paper. Are you done with this, Blueberry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll fold it up and put it in my bag, and we'll go and find some people.
Okay. Everyone else in the party? All right, you head out. Meet back up. You're all sort of in the middle of the city. There's the campus. I feel like Shuffletrot sort of alluded to she's going to talk to that person who will make time for you. She felt pretty sure she'd make time, so in case you wanted to try and visit them now, or if you, let's see, it's probably, I mean, you ate lunch, you've gone around, it's probably around 4 o'clock or so.
Okay. Once we're with some more people, do you guys want to see if we can go, I guess, to the college to see if we can talk to that person?
Yeah.
Were we going to pick up supplies like food and whatnot for
Excuse me.
for the keep? Like, wasn't that the whole point of this? Was
Oh
to
yeah,
have stuff?
Felix, did you want to pick up some supplies?
I'll go with you if it means I don't have to go to the college.
Oh, okay.
Sure, Dan. Is there like an open market or something like that?
Yeah, there are plenty of buildings where you've already seen as you've been scouting, walking through, as well as you found quite a few just outside of Xanbora, in that where they're selling a bunch of adventurers supplies, and some finer ingredients more in line with home cooking and stuff here in the city. I think Brewer would probably turn at hearing Felix mentioned, and I will assist you. These are strong shoulders, and he kind of stands up.
We were
I see.
gonna get like a cart and stuff too, right?
Oh, I would. I forgot to mention Brixie's staff.
Brixie's what?
Brixie, I need to speak up louder. Brixie is going to grab her staff, and before they leave,
Okay.
gather. Forgot to mention.
Okay.
All right, so I will head to the college. Anybody else heading there with me?
Yeah, I'm going to go with you.
Okay.
Emil?
Emil's gonna hang with Kalen.
Okay. And Blueberry, are you
Yeah, I'm following them to the.
all right, you're being carried, right? That's right. And Galathor?
No, Galathor.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess I'll follow along.
Okay.
Great. I need to keep track of 2 different scenes. I got this.
Nice.
Be the same regal that you are.
Actually, when we all start to split off, Aaronwin's gonna grab Galathor by the arm and just kind of pull him along.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, bless you, Sam. Bless you.
Kaylin will watch and just make sure, you guys, if you need anything, we'll be at the college.
Or is
Thanks,
Galathor
Galen.
going to the college and Felix is going shopping?
No, Galathor,
Yep.
Aaronwin's pulling Galathor along with them.
Ah, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Nice.
so
There we
Felix
go.
is
Woo!
going
Oh,
down
yeah. Awesome. Okay. So some of the supply run is fairly straightforward. I feel like one of you has the papers for the keep, so showing residents out of town. I'll have you do a roll or two to see like what kind of deals you can find and what you can get set up to have things delivered a little more locally than having to come all the way up here as the previous folks did.
I
Yeah.
want to look for alchemical equipment or alchemical ingredients to make healing potions
Okay.
in particular.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know if I can make those,
yeah.
but that's what I'm looking for.
And Brixie? Mm-hmm. Here it is.
Brixie's gonna let Kaylin know that she looks Gallifrey and Erwin. And she's going to try to find a flower shop and buy a bunch of flowers. New flower.
Okay.
Aaron, if you could roll an investigation check to see, you do find a number of like apothecaries where you're able to find alchemical ingredients. Herbalism ingredients and alchemical ingredients.
It was a 20 and then it moved, so it's an 8.
Oh. So you find a couple of shops to try and do some price shopping. And there are a number of shops like this in here. However, everyone seems to be, it's that type of season where it's transitioning from one to another. So they're low on a lot of components. You're able to find I'll have to make sure I share this book out, but common and uncommon herbalism components you're able to find. And they run anywhere from the common ones are up 15 to 30 gold depending, and we'll talk about it after stream to get you set up. And the uncommon ones are a little more pricey, around let's say it'd be 32 to 80 gold.
I'm shopping with everybody else because I don't have any money.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll have you do some, we'll cover that after. We'll see what I'll share this document out that you can see.
Okay.
All right. So
He is gonna hang with Erwin.
Okay. Oh, Brixie's going with Erwin and not to the college.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I like Erwin now. I'm going with the shopping group. Find a flower shop.
Okay.
And if there is a flower shop, Brixie's gonna buy a bunch of flowers and a crown.
Okay, great. You do so. And they're pretty cheap. I mean, you're looking at like for a crown, maybe like 2 copper pieces for a boatload that you can pick and make a nice full crown out of. Everyone else arrives at the Wizards College of Epheron, Xanbora campus.
I'm just going to say, on the way there,
yeah,
I'm just going to sort of very in a low say to Kaylin, let's not lead with the line thingy. She might shut down if we start asking about that right away.
Oh, sure.
Let's start with the mirror and work our way to that.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
You guys think I need to be in my human form?
I mean, it's a magical college. Maybe not.
Okay. I prefer not.
They won't hurt you.
I prefer what you prefer, Blueberry. So that
exactly.
Works.
Okay.
I don't know. So Blueberry, you spot as you're walking through here. It's a thing for trainee wizards. Of course, you'll remember these days to have an enlightened animal. It's part of a rite of passage usually from the second year into your third year of studies. So there's a lot of enlightened chickens, as those are one of the most common things to find. Now, mind you, yours would be a little different as well because you're being from the Underdark. So there are a lot of enlightened chickens that can understand language they can't speak, but they're walking around. They have a higher intelligence. So I don't know if Blueberry likes chickens at all, but there are quite a few. You see at least a dozen as you walk up the first green towards the main building of the college.
Let's roll. See if he likes chickens. Oh, he loves chickens. He got it from me.
Oh my
he goes
goodness!
And chases after the chickens.
Nice. So he's like, oh, hey, oh, and he's and the chickens are squawking.
Don't kill any of them.
That's awesome. You hear around the corner.
It's okay. He's friendly.
The chicken's alive, but like in the jaws of Blueberry, like.
I just put it down and then like wait for it to run again.
And it starts running. Nice.
Is anyone from the college seeing this, Stan? Anyone not in our party?
Yes, there's, the wizard that the chicken belongs to is nearby.
Yes.
It's just like, but also finds it kind of funny, like, this is something that happens around here, so it's sort of, not like, look on my chicken, it's like, ha ha ha,
Dogs, you can't do anything.
Yeah, they kind of give a nod, but at one point collect their chicken and go their other way.
And I trot back to the group, like all proud of myself that I chased some chickens.
Nice.
Good. Kaylin will pat him on the head.
Good job, Blueberry. You make your way to the entrance and step inside, and there's a grand foyer that has a dome on the top, so you're looking upwards of 45-50 feet up to the top of this dome. Black and white checkered floor, and there's areas to sit and little offices around this semicircle here. And up to the right, you see a bench that has a couple of people working there. There's a heavyset gentleman in like very drab, just grayish, like a worn out grayish mage outfit. And there's another individual. It appears to be human, moderately young, maybe early 20s, very early 20s. And he has so how some nurses have their what do you call them? Not the smocks, the
Scrubs.
Scrubs, thank you. And they're like have these amazing patterns on them. So this is like it's a bunch of wizards hats with stars on them, with a couple of wands crossed, and it's just very strong imagery off this person's robes. And that seems to be like the check-in, ask people questions thing. There's a little bell for service you see on the desk.
Okay. So Kaylin will go up to the desk.
Okay.
I have to put down chat right now. Kaylin will go to the desk. Excuse me?
The older gentleman starts to respond. Oh, yes, ma'am. He turns around, and what you thought was more of like a bulbous body before is actually the shell of a turtle. So a turtle humanoid.
Oh.
He had a big, scraggly, dark grayish beard that comes off the end of his chin, wrinkled neck, and the underside. But as he's doing that, this young kid turns around. Welcome! And opens his hand, and fireworks come out. To the Wizards College of Xanbora, and it says it across the top in fireworks.
Mortimer says, "You're new here, right?"
Well, he kind of looks at the turtle. Not so much anymore. I'm just very excited. Welcome. What can I do for you? My name's Roger. I almost forgot.
Is Roger wearing a hat?
Oh yeah, a big conical mage hat.
I'm getting this personality correlation between hats and being really excited.
Nice. What can I do for you all? Oh, you, sir, are a wizard. Are you here to join the college?
No, we are. We are the new here in town.
Oh.
We're here to. We met with Councilperson
Shuffletrot.
Thank you.
Oh, is that so?
My tongue. And she said she would help arrange a meeting with your archivist, DeLorna.
Yes.
Where you've taken up residence in the keep that is south of here. We'd just like to
Wait.
have some discussions.
You mean the keep out by the lake?
Yes, it's by a lake, yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is there only one keep by the lake in this part of the country?
Yeah, I would think a lake would be a great place to have a lot of keeps around.
There is. No, that's it. That's it.
Wow.
There's always there was Interesting people live out in that keep.
We're a lot less interesting, I assure you.
At least we're going to try to be.
Oh, well, I hope not. But I can, yes, I can set you up with Archivist DeLorna. Let me send a message down to her and see if she's expecting you, yeah? Wait, right
Certainly.
here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure. And he spins and puts his cape over his head and kind of disappears. A little bit of smoke, and he's not there any longer.
Oh, this guy is so extra.
The turtle's like, he'll be right back.
I say to the turtle, he just makes the days fly by, don't he?
Lizards are so much fun.
From behind the desk, like 5 feet off to the right, you see this hat poke up. And he's like pretending to walk up a staircase.
Oh, God.
Like, I'm back. Okay. Good news. Archivist DeLorna is ready to see you. Okay. So, if you'll just head down this hallway about 20 paces, take a quick right. And you'll see a gate. It's a collapsible gate. To the side, lift the large door up. It'll slide right out of the way. Step inside, and this is it's a magical device that will move you throughout the building. Just once you're inside, say out loud, 20th floor, and it'll bring you down to the Archivist. Of course, I would recommend closing the accordion gate and closing the door before doing so. Sometimes people get ejected during the process if you don't close those. So, safety first. Or you can take the stairs.
Okay.
Thanks.
Where are the stairs?
Oh, I just came up on them.
Kaylin just starts walking in the direction of the lift elevator.
My name has been Roger, and it's been a pleasure to serve you today.
Been great, Roger. Thank you. We'll put in a compliment card on you for you.
Excellent. So you follow, those directions, and you do see one of those collapsible accordion gates that can be slid off, and then a heavy metal gate that can be lifted.
Yes.
You all pile in, close the accordion gate, pull down the other thing.
20th floor.
The door slides open, the accordion springs open by itself, you're already there. It's instant. You don't even feel it move or anything. It's just warped you through space. You feel a slight in your stomach, but that's it.
Kaylin burps.
Nice. You see a long arched hallway, maybe 45, 50 feet. There's some just some torches dancing, torch light dancing on either side, where torches have been placed in holders on the walls. There's actually this beautiful mural down either side, and it's some sort of, it looks like an astral map of some sort that breaks down. You see different stars, different constellations, different sort of groupings, gaseous groupings, and it's more for art than for utility. As you're going through, this doesn't really track with anything I've learned of the Great Wheel of Cosmology or anything, but it looks interesting. There are golden pillars every 8 feet or so until you get towards the end. And it opens up into this massive, I can't call it a library because it's this huge circular room. There are 3 different floors to it with boardwalks around in circular fashion around each level. Stacks and these tall bookcases that have the sliding ladders on them. And in the very center is a semicircle desk about 15 feet up into the air and a stairwell around the side to get behind it, and a large stairwell in the front for visitors to walk up and approach the desk. And behind it is it appears to be a small, maybe halfling or gnome, it's tough to tell from here, woman that's moving these giant pages to this huge book on the desk in front of her. Come in, approach.
Okay. I will approach.
she's kind of still looking down. You see, this is a. It's interesting because as you approach, you see that this. I'm trying to think of what she would use here. You see, yes, a small halfling woman that's flipping through some pages in this book. And how may I help you? Looks up.
Okay, I'll.
Any of you, that's fine.
Kaylin will gesture Mortimer, push Mortimer forward.
Well, you then, you've been elected.
We have just taken up residence in the keep that is just south of here. And we had a couple of questions that we thought maybe you could help out with. Councilperson Shuffletrot has allowed us to take up residence at the keep. And we have found some curious things in doing an initial walkthrough of the keep. Is Brewer with us?
He's not. Nope, he went to...
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just curious. We have the runes for their teleportation circle. That's great. But we found in the process, underneath the teleportation, a room with a mirror in it. And it seemed to have some very arcane and magical effects that we're not quite sure. And it seems to be, we've been told that it's unreliable and it can be dangerous. So we wanted to check in with you to see if you had any perspective on it.
She's been nodding this whole time, and as you finish saying that, yes, you must be here for Archivist DeLorna then. Just a moment, please. She's been like,
if Mortimer's head could reach the top of the desk, he would bang it on the top of the desk.
Nice. So she walks down some stairs and off into the vast library. And you see, oh gosh, I don't know if any of you would have seen this type of creature before. This humanoid figure on the feminine side approaches, and basically, let me see what part I should cover here first. This is a crystalline creature, and she's adorned in some clothing to sort of blend in, but she's made entirely of fragments of crystal. And you see these hundreds of small shards of translucent white that are assembled into this humanoid form, and animated by a force you're unfamiliar with. There's nothing arcane coming off of her, and this force that is providing her life actually glows dimly within each of her shards. Emanates most brightly from where eyes would be, in a natural position of eyes on a humanoid. And these crystalline fragments that make up the body also, they're in like constant silent motion, almost like the circulation of blood through a standard humanoid. And she approaches and has sort of actually a haircut sort of like mine, except it's much nicer because it's crystal. So she has like little stub. Oh, so sweet, Warren, you're the best. Little tiny stubbly crystals here, and then like longer ones that intertwine that go down the side and around the back. And it's really tough to gauge an age on her. I see that you have arrived. Your arrival was announced earlier.
And now?
Yes. Councilperson Shuffletrot.
Oh, right.
Yes. I bid you welcome to my humble library. How may I help you? Oh, hello indeed. Oh, quite an interesting crew you are.
Well, thank you. Go ahead, Kayla.
Oh, I was going to say it's definitely an impressive library.
Oh,
Kalen's
fellow
just in awe.
reader. Yes. You're welcome to have a look about in that section and that section. You'll have to stay out of the rest for now. Or you can ask questions, please.
Okay. All right, let's do it again. Hello, I'm Mortimer.
A pleasure,
This
Mortimer.
is Kalen, and who else is with us?
Emil.
Emil is with us.
And Blueberry.
And Blueberry. So introduce everyone.
Oh, yes. And the
And we have just taken up residence. You probably, Councilperson Shuffletrot, I don't know if she told you, but probably she did. But we have recently taken up residence at the Keep just south of here.
Yes, quite interesting.
Yeah, and on our initial sort of walkthrough, well, first we encountered a ghost, which was quite disturbing, but
Indeed.
the ghost seemed to just want to get out of there as fast as possible. So we didn't. Hopefully that won't be an issue, but we'll keep an eye out for that. But also, we came upon a room underneath the teleportation circuit that has a mirror in it, and we've been told and we have experienced that this mirror is rather unpredictable and can, in my mind, would be rather dangerous without a further understanding of what the origins of this mirror is and what its purpose is and is it functioning correctly. So we figured you would be a good place to start.
Indeed. I couldn't agree with you more. I am new to this position, relatively, and have been made aware of the existence of the mirror, as well as the...
and I just held
Georgina,
up three.
You're excused.
I just held up three fingers.
Indeed, indeed. As the halfling leaves the library, goes back to the elevator. Yes. It's
Not like this. That'll get you killed.
Nice. Pop, pop. Yes, I've upon learning of these things, it's been my contention that they be studied to be better understood. Nothing quite as dangerous as unknown magics in the world, especially with the potency that these have. I have not had a proper investigation myself, as the Keep, as you likely know, you cannot enter the plot of land that you have without permission, or you would find it difficult at least. I have spent some time with the explanations that were given to me through Councilperson Shuffletrot. It seems to mimic the effects of a very advanced magic, something akin to a wish spell, but perhaps a bit more touchy. But I would be happy to personally investigate if you wish. I'm the only one here that knows of its existence, aside from Councilperson Shuffletrot, and I highly recommend keeping it that way.
Oh, I agree.
Very powerful magics out there.
Yeah, it would appear so. And
Sorry.
Kaylin offers her a glass of water from her
Thank you
alchemy
so
jug.
much, dear. Oh, and you kind of see it kind of go through the crystalline form down and behind the tabard that she's wearing.
you wouldn't happen to have, I guess, the college, I was wondering if they had any records or references for the Keep? Any kind of a history or something we could possibly research while we're here?
The keep itself was built 150 years ago or so. Before that, it was simply a plot of land that I suppose the town hall will have some information regarding that. It's open to the public. Many tried to develop the land, but became a bit of a superstitious. Many were haunted there, as you know. When such great power converges, some are prone to hallucinations. The veil is weaker there, and many that attempted to build or develop were either chased off by moving trees or ghosts or something else that they perceived as a great danger. So there isn't much documented aside from many attempts to develop. Then a 500-year or so halt where it was owned by a particular family in the kingdom of Brenawir to the south, before they bequeathed it upon another party of adventurers just some 150 years ago that apparently gained the trust of the locals, shall we say, and were allowed to build upon the land. But much of the mystery pertains to the ley lines that intersect there.
As I imagine it would. Yeah, that you mentioned that. We are merely the custodians. It's guarded by Alzea, as I'm sure you're aware, as Shuffletrot has probably made you aware of.
Yes.
So I don't, I wouldn't want to discuss, I'm not closed to the idea of you coming looking, but I want to discuss it with Alzea first.
Please.
Seeing as they are the protectors of the keep, so to speak.
I would require her permission, certainly.
And okay, and you said that maybe if we find anything, I'm sure we'll let you we'll let you know of what we have found. In the meantime,
yes.
And I hopefully vice versa. If if anything comes to light,
certainly
in your research,
yes, I firmly believe that I can uncover some of the mystery here. That having been left alone to time with no study, I imagine she kind of looks at, sees your spell book, and of course sees Blueberry's spell book, and heard him talk. So with your combined efforts, you yourselves could likely find some answers. But I would be very happy and interested, of course, as a fellow student of the arcane to unlock some of those mysteries. I followed the path of the sage myself, so unlocking those mysteries is my forte.
I appreciate it. This library, beautiful. Does anyone have access to this library, or is it just you, or will we make an appointment to come and research here, or how would we go about that?
There are only a couple of sections open to the public, and they need a special dispensation anyway from a councilperson before reviewing any of those records. The rest pertains to matters of Xanboran security.
Yeah, we wouldn't imagine encroaching on that.
Yes.
So, okay, we'll later on have a discussion with Councilperson Shuffletrot about possibly, helping us in our research. And we'll go to the records in Xanbora and see if we can find out more about the land and where it originated.
Yes.
But I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us. I understand you've only been on the job for a short time. And
a few years.
Oh, okay. A few years. Okay. All right. I think. Go ahead, Karen.
Is there a way to speak with Azalea, who guards the lands?
Oh, I am not one particularly attuned to nature, not originating from this plane. But if you had someone that could find themselves in tune, perhaps you, young ward, she looks at Blueberry, or anyone else that has a way with nature, they can likely speak to any tree in the forest. She will hear anyone that speaks her name in the woods. But one attuned to nature may gain her attention sooner.
Mm.
But she watches over those woods. She is one with those woods. She's a dryad.
Is she easy to deal with?
I only have tales from Scarlet Shuffletrot to go by, but scary is how she put it. Strong, scary, very straight sense of humor, but not difficult per se.
Get along.
Yes. I would recommend to, for security purposes, if unsolicited, I understand, but given the nature of the ley lines and the mirror and such, it is important to have staff at your keep to maintain the structure itself. But I would recommend recruiting people that have no connections or ties locally. If word gets out here near a campus or near someone local, loose lips and all. I would
certainly
recommend finding people that maybe have not as many connections, certainly not locally, but it would be a good idea to find some staff. It's my understanding there was a construct of some sort that was there for quite a while.
Yes, he's actually friends with us.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, well, seeking some out to, perhaps not for protection, but at least for maintenance and ease of life. I myself have a gopher.
For sure. Okay.
Very well.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
your help.
Please, once you speak to Azalea, please, Azalea. I'll have to look it up now. Wow. Please, let me know if I am granted permission, and I will we'll set something up together that you're comfortable with and that I'm comfortable with.
Okay. I appreciate your time and meeting with me. And if we find out anything, and we'll how do we best contact you? Just through a courier, or should we come in person, considering the nature of the information?
Come in person if you would. I'm a bit of a recluse here. There are not many people that are comfortable around my presence. And then she says directly to your minds, as you might understand, given my appearance and origin.
Okay, I can understand that. What would be your, if you don't mind me asking, your origin?
Oh, well, I'm a shard mind. Basically, I'm a sentient fragment of the living gate, which once stood at the pinnacle of the intricate lattice of the astral sea. So I was created there in the astral sea. Just beyond that gate lay the far realm. Very dangerous place. Gate was destroyed some time ago. In fact, so anyone with a sage background will probably know that when that gate to the far realm was broken, that's what resulted in the rise of the Mind Flayer Empire.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. It's only through the power of Ayun that the gate remains closed. Part of my mission, most of our missions, for those of us that are shamans, is to rebuild the gate. I work here for Xanbora ahead of their time with concerning Arcana, and they allow me to study what I need to in my pursuit to repair the gate.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with
Why
us.
would you want to open the gate back up?
Oh, we want to repair it and close it.
Okay.
The only thing holding out those from the dangerous creatures from the Far Realm is Goddess Ayun's power currently.
Is that gate a means by any way to possibly get to the City of Brass?
No, but you know that she kind of looks like and feels a little silly, like maybe she assumed you knew. No, but you can probably get to. Do you not know about the Mage Circle and the ability to travel into Plana? You can.
Well, are you referring to the teleportation circle, or?
Oh no,
Yeah.
the Mage Circle in the back of behind the keep on that property.
Oh,
There's
You can use that to travel
interplane.
to the City of Doors?
to Sigil. So there's an existing spell to travel to the Feywild through there, discovered by the previous adventurers that stayed there. I have worked out a spell that I've been unable to test, but as a show of my skill, I would be happy to share it with you. Anyone proficient in wizardly ways or arcana would be able to learn the spell to the Feywild, as well as this new spell I've made for Sigil.
Well, I appreciate that. I would very much be interested.
Oh, well, she looks, as far as you can tell, based on the crystalline face, excited at that. Yes, I feel this will show my worth as a sage. And she takes out some notes that she's worked on, and takes out. She has a bunch where she's makes a quick copy as quickly as she can, basically with some instructions, and passes them to. Here's the existing proven spell to travel to the Feywild, and here is my proposed spell for traveling to Sigil.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Kayla will put a hand on Morty's arm. We can't let Brixie know about this.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. No problem. I understand.
At least not right now.
Yeah, we'll have. We'll talk a little later about the results of this meeting. Let's put it that way.
So the College of Ephron, what do you guys do here?
Well, we teach young wizards. We have some basic classes for sorcerers and warlocks and anyone proficient with arcana. Some children's classes. But we're mostly known, the school itself is known for raising wizards to a higher level than anywhere else in the world. Since the university also boasts that claim, but I feel like we have it down packed here. Here in Xanbora, we study, we're at the forefront of magic. Perhaps Blackrock Landing is a close second, or so I feel.
Capturing, you ever capture people and study them against their will?
Oh, no, dear, no.
Okay, just asking.
Fair enough.
We've had some not very favorable encounters with Tensor. We're not fans.
Understood. She's trying to assess how much she was in that meeting, so she's trying to assess like how much she can say. I believe I know of what you speak. However, it's been a delight to meet you all, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Same here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And please let me know at the very least how that spell works. I'm eager. I'm confident that it'll work without a hitch, but I'm very eager to hear back.
Kayla's making her way towards the door.
Okay.
I will follow out, but we will stop at the desk to see Roger on the way out. Just to thank.
Okay.
Ostensibly, just to thank if Roger is there.
Yeah. So you step through, same thing. The elevator, boop boop, and you're back. And at first, you see a stack of 3 chairs where Roger was before. You see the turtle and just a stack of 3 chairs.
I sort of look at the turtle and look at the 3 chairs and like give him a what's up with that look.
He looks over at the chairs and looks back. And the chair, the illusion of the chairs drops like a blanket. Did you find everything you were looking for?
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome.
I appreciate all your help.
Sure.
You've been very helpful. I just want to ask you one thing.
Sure.
That just entered my mind on the way out. You
Yeah.
seemed a little, I'm not quite sure how to say it, but a little concerned when we mentioned the key. What is there something we should know, you think? Or
I'm just intrigued. You see, I met the party that was there before, and they were a wild, crazy crew of people. But I'm just sort of hoping that you all are I want to hear stories. I heard some amazing stories from that group of people, and I just hope having you nearby and to have something to do here, hear more awesome stories.
okay, we'll keep you in mind. Actually, as a thank you, and maybe we can go out and catch a bite, and we can discuss what you found with the other adventurers. What amazing I'm sure you have some stories to tell.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Look forward to it.
All right.
We can make it a party.
Well, maybe.
Kaylin leaves.
Okay.
Nice. You all head out, and Emil, if you'd make a perception check, please.
$16.
Okay. Yeah. So here again, there's a number. There are a number of ghosts on this campus that you've seen as you've been walking through because things go wrong. It's magic. So some of them were a little heinous, an arm where it shouldn't be, or a head backwards, or something else. Think here. We're super late. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. So, but as you're leaving, you're walking through the foyer, and you just kind of glance instinctively. You're sort of watching around, and you look back, and you see a ghost walk past the bench. And as there's nothing on the bench, as the ghost walks by, behind is a shrouded child again. Looks just like beforehand. And while you can't see the features aside from the nose and ears and such, it's sort of tracking you and the party. And pauses. As you look at it, it kind of pauses. And just leans forward a little bit. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. Yay! Super late, I'm so sorry. Yikes. Okay. I'm gonna have to put my alarm back on to make sure I don't run this late on y'all. How many people do we have? 6? There we go. Okay. Whew. Okay. So I'll make it quick. Thank you all so much, and thank you for staying late. I did not intend it to go that long. My bad. I'll be more careful with that. I don't want to slip back into that. So thank you for staying up and everything. Hope you have fun. I will have some. I'm looking forward to having some battle. I don't want a force battle, so I haven't done anything like that. But I do want y'all to have some. So I'm working on something.
Oh boy.
Whee! And thanks, chat. You've been fantastic and hilarious. And thank you, mods, so much for keeping an eye on things. I hope you have a great night, everyone. Players, again, amazing as always. And thank you so much for your patience with me running over so late. Have a great night, everyone. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.